Hello and welcome to the last module in this introductory course to cybersecurity for educators. This module we're going to be talking about the different trends and resources in cybersecurity and how you can get more advanced knowledge and move from basic to more advanced users of cybersecurity knowledge in education. This model will cover trends in cybersecurity, cybersecurity in Nigeria education system, and resources for cybersecurity. Buckle up and have a wonderful module with us. In cybersecurity and education generally, the truth is that attacks and threats in today's digital age is unavoidable, and educators are not immune to this. In our everyday life, there's reason to be conscious of what we do, how we do it, and when we do it. This also is replicated in our cybersecurity life, how we interact in the cyberspace, the use of internet, the use of different technology devices opens up different places and ways in which attackers and hackers can get access or try to get access to users. So the truth is, attack and threat is unavoidable, and we are not as educators immune to this. Schools and universities store a wealth of confidential information, from student records to research data, making them prime targets for hackers, attackers, and unsuspecting victims. This is why it is important for educators to stay up to date on the cybersecurity trends and best practices. Cybersecurity is always evolving, and educators also need to evolve with it. They need to know what are the new trends, what are the new technologies that can be used. Just the way in every part of education we are integrating technology into what we do, from evaluation to the instructional process to communicating resources and administration. All these technologies, as they come, also come with its risks and the attack that can happen to it. So it is very important for educators to be aware of the new technologies and also the type of attacks those new technologies are open to. Cybersecurity may sound like a term straight out of a science fiction movie. In the beginning, when we started, we're hearing about attacks, we're hearing about devices, about resources, technologies, different terms that might seem so far-fetched. But after going through this package, it is now a crucial reality that affects every aspect of our life. Talking about how you use technology in education, in trying to read, in trying to download items from the internet, in trying to share files or assignments, or even get your papers graded. All of this in introducing computer-based instruction, computer-based packages, in introducing different technologies in education. We are all open to different attacks from different angles. So it might have looked like something that was not possible or something that was in novelty, but after going through this package, you now understand that in every aspect of our usage and integration of technology in education, it also has a corresponding open resource or open vulnerability that can be used by attackers. With threats constantly evolving, staying up to date with the latest trends and training with the right resources is essential to keep your valuable data, sensitive information, all your resources, all your files safe and secure always. Trends in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is always evolving. The way technology usage is evolving is the way cybersecurity is always evolving and also evolving. Some areas, however, are unchanging despite the years, while others evolve at an exponential rate. We have aspects of cybersecurity that will always remain. There is always need to use a password, there is always need to secure your devices. But we also have different technology that over the years have increased and changed at an exponential rate, moving from basic sharing files to using cloud system, moving from basic getting somebody's password through shoulder surfing to brute force attack to using different tools and mechanisms to hack people's accounts. So there are areas that will always, basic tenets that will remain the same, but the way and the technique used is evolving over time. We're going to look at these different aspects of cybersecurity that is increasing and changing and evolving. One of this is cloud security. Everything is going to the cloud. We're talking about our files, our usage, our systems, our infrastructure. The cloud is now the new gold. From applications to services to storages, everything is now moving from physical devices, from physical infrastructures to cloud. Cloud is the future. With cloud being the future, it is also very important for users to be aware of proper security measures to protect themselves. With our resources, with our applications, our services, our storages, our infrastructure moving to cloud, threat actors, hackers, attackers are also moving also. They are not left behind. They are also finding more ways to hack into cloud storage. They're also finding more ways to hack into cloud applications, and also finding more ways to hack into cloud services. So while moving with the future, while going to the next level, it is also very important for users to know the proper security measures that they can use in this new space. Ransomware attacks. One aspect of cybersecurity that keeps evolving is the different way bad actors use for ransomware attacks. Remember that ransomware attack is when users are locked out of their resources, their files, their systems in order to get money, or in order for them to pay a ransom to get access back to their system. This is one very common reason why attackers and hackers try to get access to a system, so that they can receive payments. They can be financially they can get financial gain and financial resources from users from ransomware attack. So it is always evolving. When they find out that this method or this technique used has already been known, or users are not aware about it, they try to change to the next level. They try to use a new and more sophisticated way to get users to click on links, to get users to download download files, or download systems from bad websites. So all these things, they always keep evolving. They are becoming more sophisticated, harder to detect or trace. You'll be thinking you're downloading from a good website, or you're thinking you're downloading a resource from a good resource, and find out that other malicious codes are hidden with the files you're downloading. Or you're trying to share a file, or you're trying to get a resource, a research paper from a particular website. Meanwhile, that website has already been attacked, and you find out that the files you're downloading have already been infected with trojans, and the attacker gets access to your system. So with the new technology and new ways to get resources as they keep emerging, different types of techniques also are also getting introduced to all these aspects of the resources we use. As the world evolves, so does bad actors. Users need to be cautious of the different ways they can be exposed to a ransomware attack. When you're not sure, you pause, you take a step back and think, is this a secure website? Is this a secure file? Is this a secure resources? Where I'm getting this information, is it the correct way? Is this the correct software? Am I getting it from the original vendor, or am I collecting this software from a friend that I'm not sure if this software has been infected with a virus or a worm or a rootkit? So it is very important for users to be cautious. Educators need to be cautious while sharing files from a person, while getting assignments sent to the email address of lecturers, even while having collaborative learning styles to be able to make learning easier and better. There is need to be cautious of the different ways that the users can be exposed to all these attacks, especially ransomware attacks. Another aspect of cybersecurity that keeps evolving and also keeps changing is cybersecurity awareness. The way bad actors are growing is the way there is need for more awareness to be made, more training, more seminars, more conferences, more workshops on how to secure our systems should be. Social engineering is an ever-evolving and continuous aspect of cybersecurity. It is a constant in cybersecurity because for threat actors to get access to any system, any infrastructure, they need an in. For attackers, they usually need an in. They need someone that would divulge their access code. They need someone that will give them password. They need someone that will give them anything that will give them access, because usually they do not have access. That's why we have access controls. Only authenticated users should get access to a particular resource. But because of these attackers want to get access to your system, they want to get access to the exam scripts, they want to get access to the answers to questions, they try and look for ways. They use different social engineering tactics to trick users into giving out their password, into giving out their PIN codes, into giving out the OTP sent for authentication or tokens, sensitive information, or performing actions that can compromise the system. Then you click this. Is it working? Can you see your screen? Okay, if you can't see your screen, click on another thing. I'm sending you a file now. Try to install it. So all these things, they try to act as if they're helping you. Meanwhile, what they're trying to do is to get you to perform actions that will compromise the system. They tell you, oh, can you access your Wi-Fi? Is it switched on? You tell them no. Okay, switch it on. Let me see if I can connect to your network and help you do it. And you on your Wi-Fi, they get connected to your network and from there infiltrate your system. So that's why it's very important for you to be aware. Are you sharing your internet connection to people who you're sure of? Are you having access? Are you giving access to your laptop, to your devices, to your servers, to people who you're sure of? You see someone who comes in and say, I am a maintenance person from so place, and you're not sure, you do not have any credentials from that person to authenticate who that person say they are, and you give them access into your office and say, okay, help me do this thing, help me restart my system, help me format my system. In doing that, they can put in malicious codes that will give them remote access to your system. So it is very important that to note that social engineering can take different tactics. It can be physical, it can be remotely, it can be over the internet. So the system is going through an evolution to match trends. Compromise and the way attackers work is evolving. So also the way you would keep your system and need to be informed of this is also needed. Things like voice distortion or AI to create change images are being used to deceive users to be more susceptible to attacks. We see places or instances where people say, I thought you called me, I thought that was my mom, I thought that was my friend, I thought that was my professor, he asked me to send my work to them. And you find out that they've used different forms of AI to create or distort images or distort resources that will give them access to these systems. Zero trust. Zero trust is an emerging aspect of cybersecurity. It is a new way of securing systems that assumes everyone and everything is a potential threat. This is because traditional security models are no longer enough. Having just your password or having just a single form of authentication is no longer enough. That is why there is need to have a zero trust architecture, something that makes sure that protects your system, that everybody needs to authenticate themselves, everybody needs to use a password, getting into the system or getting into a website, getting into resources or getting access to resources. You give your students a particular PIN. To access this platform, use this PIN. To submit your assignment, use this particular subject. To do this, so you use different ways, use different mechanisms and techniques to ensure that you see people as potential threats. You are not assuming that everybody is safe. You carry out measures to ensure that there are different ways to ensure your system is safe. Educators need to learn all these methods, all these techniques that will keep their system safe, especially in collaborative educational environments. It is impossible to be in an educational environment without sharing files, without learning, without using these technologies. So assuming everyone and everything is a potential threat helps you keep you cautious, helps you keep you abreast with changes that are happening. Compliance, regulatory compliance. Educational institutions must comply with regulations such as the General Data Protection Regulation, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, and the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. This is to protect the privacy and security of their system, users, and infrastructure. It is not a new thing to note that in education, different types of data are imputed. In having registrations, we have people health data used, we have people's family records imputed, we have people's next of kin data provided. So all these and different other types of personal identifiable information is what is used in an educational setting. That is why it is very important that every educational system or every school, every institution must make sure that they are compliant with the regulations set by all these bodies, all these regulatory bodies, always ensuring that in terms of data protection and data privacy and security is always ensured. Compliance is very important, especially for educational institutions. Users should be made aware of requirements in order to take necessary actions to meet. They will need to check out these sites, check out these regulatory bodies to check what are the requirements as a teacher that I need to be made aware of. What are the requirements as a user of internet or as a user of a particular resources? What do I need to know? What do I need to know about the files I'm sharing? What do I need to know about the resources I am using? So users need to be made aware of requirements in order to take necessary actions to meet them. Safe Foundation. This is a non-profit organization that provides education and training to individuals, businesses, and organizations. They offer online courses and workshops on topics such as cybersecurity awareness, safe internet practices, and data protection. National Cybersecurity Center Nigeria. This is the government agency that is responsible for cybersecurity regulations and awareness in Nigeria. Technology Development Agency, NITAD. This is an agency responsible for developing and regulating information technology in Nigeria. They oversee cybersecurity guidelines and policies for individuals and organizations, as well as training programs and awareness campaigns to improve awareness and readiness in Nigeria for cybersecurity. Cybersecurity Experts Association of Nigeria. This association is dedicated to promoting cybersecurity education, research, and awareness in Nigeria. It is an association that offers free training programs, certifications, and networking opportunities for cybersecurity professionals and enthusiasts. Congratulations on finishing all 4 modules. In all the modules, we're going to go back to everything we've learned so far and give a brief summary of everything. In the first module, you gain a deep understanding of the fundamentals of cybersecurity, from the history where we talked about the Morris swarm to the importance of how cybersecurity using the CIA triad has been able to effect and show its usefulness, how it has helped to ensure confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information at all times, helping you save resources, save time, and ensure privacy, and so much more. You were also introduced to the world of attack, threats, and risks, their differences, similarities, and examples. You've also learned about the practical steps to ensure cybersecurity, both as a user, practical steps to ensure security for your software, for your hardware, and all as a user, both preventively and in response to incidents. Lastly, you've been introduced to current trends and resources in cybersecurity, and also giving you these resources of how or where you can get access to them for more information, certifications, and to improve your skill set in cybersecurity. By completing this course, you are now better equipped to protect yourself and others against cyber threats. Keep up the good work.